sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.
All right, so everyone wants to break down this Tottenham win, right? Like, how on earth did they beat Liverpool 1-0 in the EFL Cup semifinal?
Yeah, it really was a shocker. I mean, it wasn't just any win.
No, not at all.
It was like a David and Goliath, but Goliath was on like a 24-game winning streak, you know?
Like Liverpool has been unstoppable.
Totally.
With Salah and the rest of that attack.
It's crazy, right? They've just been scoring for fun.
Yeah, and what makes this Tottenham win even more impressive is that they didn't do it by outscoring Liverpool.
Right, it wasn't some kind of offensive explosion.
Yeah, they totally shut down Liverpool's attack.
They played like a masterclass in tactical defense to keep a clean sheet against that team.
It makes you think, did Liverpool maybe underestimate them a little bit?
Possibly, especially with Tottenham starting a brand new keeper.
Oh, yeah. Antonin Kinski Jr.
The guy just joined the team.
From Slavia Prague like 3 days before the match.
Can you imagine the pressure making your debut against Mo Salah?
And then the rest of that Liverpool attack? I mean, that's insane.
It's almost unheard of to see a keeper debut in a match with such high stakes.
And it just goes to show you how many injuries Tottenham's been dealing with.
They were forced to take a gamble on Kinski, basically.
And thankfully, it paid off.
He looked pretty solid out there.
He did. But speaking of tough situations, let's talk about Rodrigo Bentancur's injury.
Oh, yeah, that was rough.
He got stretchered off early in the match.
After a pretty hard tackle.
That had to have been a huge blow to their midfield.
Bentancur is such a key player for them.
Absolutely.
He's like the anchor of that midfield, you know?
Yeah, he controls the pace and breaks up attacks.
Losing him early on could have really rattled Tottenham.
But they held it together.
They showed some serious resilience.
They did. And then there's the story of the match.
18-year-old Lucas Bergvall.
Coming off the bench to score the winning goal.
The youngest player to do that for Tottenham in the EFL Cup.
Since Gareth Bale in 2007.
That's incredible. Talk about a moment.
It's more than just a great story, though.
Oh, for sure.
It shows how Tottenham's investing in young talent.
And that could pay off big time down the line.
You might be seeing the start of something really special with Bergvall.
But there is a little bit of controversy surrounding him, too.
Oh, yeah, right before he scored that goal.
He was involved in a challenge that some people are saying.
Could have been a red card.
Yeah, the ref let it go.
But it definitely adds a layer of what if to the whole game.
Absolutely. If Bergvall had gotten sent off.
Tottenham would have been down to 10 men.
Against a very hungry Liverpool team.
It could have completely changed the match.
It really makes you think about the role of luck.
And how much impact those refereeing decisions have.
Especially in a game this close.
You know, speaking of a close game, I was really surprised by Tottenham's defense.
They were impressive.
They shut down Liverpool's attack.
Yeah, they really stifled their creativity. What do you think were the key adjustments that made their defense so successful? I mean, they were incredibly disciplined in their positioning.
I noticed that.
Especially the center backs.
Yeah, they were. They shut down those passing lanes so effectively.
And forced Salah wide.
Exactly. They limited his impact.
And didn't give Liverpool any space to work with in the middle of the pitch.
Nope. They were very organized.
It seemed like they focused on limiting Liverpool's options.
Yes, forcing them to play where they weren't comfortable.
Now, on the Liverpool side, their manager, Arne Slot, he benched Trent Alexander-Arnold.
He did, which was an interesting decision.
It seemed risky considering how important he is to their attack.
Well, Slot's reasoning was that he wanted to rest Alexander-Arnold.
Okay, so it wasn't performance-based.
No, he just wanted to give him a break.
Makes sense. He does play a lot.
Alexander-Arnold's known for running up and down that flank all game.
But even he needs a rest sometimes.
Exactly. It was more about managing his workload than a tactical decision.
I see. It did make me wonder, though, if maybe Slot underestimated Tottenham just a bit.
It's possible maybe he thought his second-string players could handle them.
Yeah.
Especially with Tottenham dealing with all those injuries. But this is cup football.
Anything can happen.
And Tottenham has some talented players.
They do.
And on top of everything else, this match had a little bit of technological history.
Oh, yeah, the in-stadium VAR announcement.
That ruled out Solanke's goal for offside.
First time they've used that in the EFL Cup.
It's part of this larger trend in football, right?
Yeah, using more technology to help the refs and make sure things are fair.
And that in-stadium announcement.
It was pretty cool. It lets the fans be a bigger part of the decision-making.
Makes the game more transparent.
It definitely got people talking during the match.
It makes you wonder, though, about how VAR will impact things long-term.
Will it change how we experience football?
That's a great question.
One that we'll need to keep exploring as VAR becomes more common.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a big question for sure. But this Tottenham win, it sets up a pretty exciting second leg at Anfield.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think they can actually pull it off?
And go to the final.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't been there since 2008.
I don't know. It's hard to say Anfield is a tough place to play.
It is. The crowd is going to be going crazy.
And Liverpool will be feeding off that energy.
For sure. They're going to be looking for revenge.
They want to get back to that unbeaten streak.
Tottenham's got a mountain to climb.
Especially with Bentancur's injury.
Yeah, we still don't know how bad it is.
He was clutching his leg when they stretchered him off.
Didn't look good.
Even if he can play in the second leg, will he be 100%?
That's a big question mark.
It could really hurt Tottenham's chances.
He's such an important part of their midfield.
But even without him, they showed a lot of fight in that first leg.
Yeah, they did.
I haven't seen them play with that much grit in a while.
It makes you wonder, what if this is like a turning point for them?
A turning point?
Yeah, maybe this win will give them the confidence they need to turn things around.
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. This could be a huge moment for those young players, especially...
Bergvall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine what a confidence boost this is for him.
To go into Anfield and get a result against Liverpool, though.
They'd have to play the game of their lives.
I keep thinking about that goal he scored.
He's so cool.
Such a composed finish for an 18-year-old.
In that kind of pressure situation.
You think we're looking at the next Tottenham star here?
I mean, scoring the winning goal against Liverpool in a semifinal at 18, that's huge.
Yeah.
It shows he has the talent to make it to the top, but he's still so young.
You can't put too much pressure on him.
Exactly. Young players can be inconsistent.
They go through ups and downs.
It's all part of the process.
Even Gareth Bale had his struggles before he became a superstar. Bergvall's just getting started.
It's going to be fun to watch him develop.
This whole match was a roller coaster.
It had everything.
It was a classic cup tie.
The underdog story, the controversial refereeing.
The last-minute heroics.
Even a bit of VAR drama.
And that's what makes the second leg even more exciting.
It's not just about the scoreline.
It's about all these stories that are playing out.
How will Tottenham handle the pressure of defending their lead at Anfield?
And can Liverpool bounce back from that first leg defeat?
It's going to be a nail-biter for sure.
And how will Slot approach this second leg tactically?
Yeah. Will he regret resting those key players?
Will he go back to his usual formation?
Or try something completely different?
This tie is like a chess match.
We're all waiting to see what the next move will be.
Regardless of the result, this match is going to have a big impact on both teams.
Absolutely. It's exposed some weaknesses.
And highlighted some strengths.
It's a valuable learning experience for everyone.
You know, this match really shows you something important about football.
What's that?
It's a game of moments. You know, little things can change the entire game.
A missed tackle, a lucky bounce.
It can all turn on a dime.
And that's what's so great about it.
The unpredictability.
Even when a team like Liverpool seems unbeatable,
someone like Tottenham can still come along and shock everyone.
It's a reminder that anything is possible.
And that's why we keep coming back for more.
That element of surprise keeps us on the edge of our seats.
It's what makes football so captivating.
This match was a perfect example of that.
It reminded us that in football, just like in life,
nothing is guaranteed.
The underdogs can rise up.
The favorites can stumble.
And you never know what's going to happen next.
It gives us a lot to think about as we look ahead to that second leg.
So many questions.
Yeah.
Will Tottenham hold on?
Will Liverpool get their revenge?
Will Bergvall keep shining?
Only time will tell.
It's wild to think about, right? Tottenham going into Anfield with that lead, but knowing the crowd's going to be all over them.
Yeah, you got to wonder how the players will handle that, especially a young guy like Bergvall.
Oh, totally. Can you imagine making your debut and then the next game you're at Anfield in the semifinal?
With all that noise and pressure.
Will he rise to the occasion? Or will it be too much for him?
It's a real test of character.
Not just for Bergvall, but for the whole Tottenham team.
Can they stay focused and disciplined in that environment?
And for Liverpool, it's all about channeling that frustration.
Yeah. From that first loss and forever?
Into a performance that shows what they're really made of.
And that's where the managers come in.
Big time.
Slot has to get his players fired up.
Remind them that they're the champions.
Exactly. They need to find that spark again.
They need to figure out how to get that attack going.
The one that was so quiet in that first leg.
Do you think he'll change things up tactically?
I'm sure he'll make some adjustments.
Will he put Alexander-Arnold back in the starting lineup?
Maybe. Or he could go even more aggressive. You know, knowing they need goals.
It's tricky. He's got to make the right call.
And Tottenham's manager has some tough decisions, too.
Does he stick with the defense-first strategy?
That worked so well in the first leg.
Or does he try to take advantage of Liverpool being forced to attack?
It's a really interesting tactical battle.
We'll be watching closely to see what happens.
But tactics aside, there's something almost poetic about this matchup, don't you think?
Poetic in what way?
Well, you've got Tottenham,
Yeah.
a team that's been searching for something.
An identity.
Yeah, some kind of spark.
Something to believe in.
And then you have Liverpool, the reigning champs suddenly looking vulnerable.
Facing some real adversity.
It's like two different stories colliding.
A battle of wills that goes beyond just the result.
Exactly. And that's what makes this semifinal so compelling.
It's not just about winning or losing.
It's about the stories that are being written.
The lessons that are being learned.
And how both teams can use this experience to grow.
It's a reminder that the journey is just as important as the destination.
And for both these teams, that journey is far from over.
So many questions still to be answered.
Yeah.
Can Tottenham pull off the upset?
Will Liverpool find a way to come back?
What about Bergvall?
Will he keep exceeding expectations?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
This semifinal has already given us so much, though.
It really has.
Moments of brilliance, drama, and suspense.
And a reminder that in football, anything is possible.
Absolutely. That's why we love this game.
So thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Tottenham versus Liverpool.
Yeah. It's been a blast breaking this down with you.
We'll be back soon with more analysis and discussion about the beautiful game.
Until then, keep those football conversations going.
And we'll see you next time.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.